give? How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the wrist I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head and when you ever overstated. Your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the dessert. I'ma leave it on the side. You want the Christ when I pray on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on. Come on. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the wrist I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Houston Texans. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down.
Here we go. Black 80! Check. Watch the safety pitch.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller, up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 26-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Spot 11. No. Safe.
And an alley to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. Corey Grant, 74 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. for the touchdown. Here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just the 4-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Prescott from the gun. He's going to air one out. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 8. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Here we go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
No.
They'll toss it to Miller. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check it back. Wait. Jumper.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Hey, exit. Check. Watch 54. Watch the curl.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Here's Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Get the ball. Show it up. Show it up. I got you.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check. Bang, 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 bang. 21. Here we go.
A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Tight dog.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 41 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Gun.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I smell fear in that offense. Here we go, 47. 56.
Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And that will be incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Now Prescott looking for the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. 11. Let's go. Take 4.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, touchdown, Houston. Corey Grant ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Texans will extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Complete to Jason Witten. First target, first catch at a first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
From their own 40 to the other 40, the gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Prescott, he's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Slams. 11.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here I come.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 16 yards, a first down.
16 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. Quick move by Miller. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, Oh, it's a great chance. It can turn into the type of play we just saw there. A big gainer.
One, Omaha.
They keep it with Miller on first down. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 34 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well, and it's hard to do.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. To throw is Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't...
And look at this, it's a fake. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
21. Check. Lock.
Now a handoff to Miller. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Here we go. 20. 54 miles.
Garoppolo now. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
First down, Texan.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller as the first half is winding down, and the Texans add on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so, and guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 30 on second down, Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Prescott on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st down, Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now on 2nd and 13, Prescott. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
You gonna see me in your nightmares. Check 43. There we go, kill. 26.
3rd and long for Prescott. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing. Prescott. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard. Line.
Turnover on downs.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
They can't hang with us. Switch, switch, switch.
65, 65.
They'll run on first down. It's Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Lock, lock, lock.
55.
Hey, wahoo.
Know your job.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. On the right side, this is Miller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Exit, exit. 25, check 25, check
6, 6.
Hey, check 24, check 24. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Check 52.
On first down, Miller. He's got the first down inside the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield. That's Miller. 2nd and goal.
12, 12.
The twins.
They get it to him running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
White.
We own them. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
13. Come. 21. Here we go.
Now a give, right side. Grant. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Prescott now, option right, and he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you get
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, orbit. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. I'm coming.
On 4th down, Rush. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And the failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards. Up to the 27-yard line.
Their own 27-yard line.
On the ready.
51. It's going to be a long day.
Pilot, 64. Get it.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Big hold of the 30. There he goes left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Corey Grant, 83 yards. And the Texans add on. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it. 41, Mike, 41. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Hit it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Throwing on third and long. Rush. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, Rush over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they have now gone for it on fourth 4 times, and they have converted no times.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game, and there's a good percentage that says go for it. You actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just went right out the window. 0 for 4. They've got to start looking at things in a different way.
Go.
On second down now, it's Grant. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On third down, Grant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. It's Grant, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This is Grant. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line.
8, read.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Hey, Mike 51.
Throwing on first down. Rush. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter if it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Angelo Blackson able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's Pollard, and this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Hey, lock it. Leo. Hey, Santo, go.
On second down, it's Grant. He spins away. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going. Actual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set. 30 base.
Yeah. You don't want none.
On first down, Rush eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carlos Watkins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.